Hello everybody and welcome back to PC Tech Stream. In this video we're gonna see how to install and use Windows Server Update Services WSUS for updates and hotfixes. Okay, first of all we're gonna go to the Server Manager. From here we're gonna add a new role. From this list we're gonna select Windows Server Update Services. Okay, in order for you to have the WSUS installed in this computer, we're gonna have to have the web server IIS, right? So we're gonna add the required role services, and then we click next. From this windows, we're gonna click next. If you can read a little bit more if you wanna know more about IIS. We're gonna click next. And from this option we're gonna have all the role services that we need to run IIS, so we're gonna leave it as default. Then we're gonna click next. From here you can read a little more about Windows Server Update Services. We're gonna click next. From these windows we're gonna be we're gonna get ready to do the installation by clicking install. And as you can see, Windows Update is connecting to Microsoft, because in order for you, to install this role, you're gonna have to have a internet connection. As you can see, we are downloading, the role services from Microsoft. Now that we have all the packages downloaded from Microsoft, we are going to continue with the installation. We're gonna click on next. Then we're gonna accept the agreement. Click next. You do not have the following components installed in your machine, but we have the option to install it after the installation finish. So we're gonna click next. From these windows we have to select the storage update. Now we're gonna click next. From here we have two options. You can store the database in this computer, or if you have like a SQL server, you can select that one too, to store all the databases. So now we're gonna click next. Also, you can use the default website, which is recommended, or you can create a new one. So we're gonna use the default settings. We're gonna click next. Finally, we're gonna have the installation ready for this computer, so ready to install Windows Server Update Services. Now we're gonna click next to continue. As you can see, this installation is gonna take like several minutes, so we're gonna have to wait. Okay, as you can see, the installation just completed. We are gonna click on finish. Okay, so before we start using this role, we are gonna have to check the settings in the firewall, and also you gotta make sure that the computer is able to connect to Microsoft Update. And also you need to check the settings in your process servers, if you have one. So now we're gonna click next. Then we're gonna have the options to connect with the join the Microsoft Update Improvement Program. So we're gonna uncheck this for now. We're gonna click next. And finally we have two options in these windows. We can go straight to Microsoft to synchronize for the Microsoft update, or if you can if you want you can use another WSUS, or just update from the same network. In this case we're gonna go to Microsoft Update. We're gonna click next. So we don't have right now I don't have any practice server in this network. We're gonna click next. And finally you just gotta click on start connecting to begin the synchronization. Now we are going to click next to continue. We're gonna click next. As you can see from here, you can select any language that you want. In this case, I'm gonna select English, but if you speak a different language, you can select from this list. I'm gonna click next. Also, you need to select the products that you really need to update. For example, I don't need all of them, so I'm going to select the one that I really need. For example, I don't need Office updated in my computer, in all the computers in the network, not for XP or 2003, 2007. Okay, we're gonna uncheck this. We're gonna go all the way down and look for let me see, for Windows. We're going to uncheck this and select only updates for Windows 7, which are gonna be my clients. And maybe if you have some Windows Vista clients in your network, you can select that one. And if you have some Windows XP users, you can select this one for 64, and then you are gonna click on next. From these windows you can classify what updates you really need. You can go for the critical updates, the definitions, and the security updates, but we're gonna leave it as default, right? We're gonna click on next. From these windows, you got two options to set it up, manually for synchronization or automatically, right? So we're gonna go for the default, which is gonna be the manually. You can also select the date and time for this synchronization, but we're gonna go leave it as default. We're gonna click on next. From here we're gonna begin the initial synchronization by clicking on next, or we can click on finish. If you decided to click on next, you are gonna have like a little bit more options to choose from, or to read more about WSUS, but we're gonna leave it at default, and we're gonna click finish. And finally we install WSUS successfully. I have a warning in here. I need to enable Windows Update from Control Panel. You also you need to check this warning. Maybe you got one. So let's go and close this. Okay, before we start using this role, we just gotta make sure that Windows Update is enabled from Control Panel. We're gonna go to System and Security, Windows Update, and finally we are going to turn it on. Okay, now it seems like we have some updates, but we're gonna close this and we are gonna open WSUS by going to the Administrative Tools, Windows Server Update Services. Okay, it seems like we have a lot of security critical updates waiting to be approved from the WSUS. Okay, and also if you can take a look at this nice graphic view, which is gonna be easier for you to understand a little bit more what is going on with this tool. Okay, let me show you a little bit more about this tool, so you can take a look at it. Let's go and click on updates. From updates we got this option, all updates. We got critical updates, security, and WSUS. Under computers we're gonna have unsigned computers. We can which you might have some groups for testing purposes. And then finally we're gonna click on synchronizations and see if we have any synchronizations. As you can see, we got 4 of them. Let's see if we can get more than this. We're gonna click on synchronize now. It's trying to synchronize. It's running. We have a new one, which is gonna be the number 5. Okay, so far so good. The tool seems to be working perfect, but now we need to set up this tool from the GPO, from the group policy, to allow client's computer, to contact this WSUS for update. Now we are gonna go to the default domain policy for this domain controller. We're gonna click on Start, Administrative Tools, Group Policy Management. Then from here we're gonna go to the default domain policy. We're gonna go to Edit. We're going to maximize this, Then we're gonna go to Policies, Administrative Templates, Windows Components, and finally we are going to click on Windows Update. Right? As you can see, we got all the options for this policy, but we are going to focus on two of them. Right? So we're gonna click here. We're gonna look for, let me see, specify intranet Microsoft Update Service Location. This is the first one that we are going to enable. From this policy, we are going to allow all the client's computers to contact this WSUS server to get the latest updates. We are going to do this by enable this policy. We're going to type the server name, which is going to be PC Tech Stream Domain Controller 1. We're going to do the same thing for this second option. And finally, we are going to click on Apply, then OK. Now we are going to enable the Configure Automatic Updates, and we're going to choose, Enable. You have, a few options like you can choose from, Notify for download and Notify for install. We're going to leave it as default, right? Also, you can set up, a date and time that you desire, that you want to. Okay, we're going to click OK. Now we're going to go back to WSUS. As you can see, we have some security and critical updates, ready for approve. And guys, if you really want to learn more about this tool, I would recommend you to install the tool or install this role. Play around with it, because this is not that difficult. It is an easy tool, easy to understand. You already know what is critical, security, WSUS, and all updates. And finally, I'm going to show you, how you can see, the latest updates from Microsoft waiting for approval. So we are gonna go to Approval. We're gonna select and approve. From status, we're gonna select any, and then we are gonna click on refresh. As you can see, we have all these updates, waiting for approval and ready to be deployed or ready to be installed in the client's computer. For example, if I want to approve this one, I just going to select approve, or maybe I'm gonna decline, or you got the group by, you got more options. Let's click approve. We're gonna select approve for install, and then you are gonna click OK, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you soon.